Shalom, shalom Israel.
Shalom.
And we're the brothers from the GMS Tucson camp coming back at y'all with Lord's will, another edifying lesson. First and foremost, as always, want to give all the praise, honor, and infinite glory unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers. Shalom to you brothers pushing and teaching this truth across the four winds of this earth. And as always, peace, blessings, and many salutations be to you sincere Akyam wa Akwaf, or tuning in.
Khan ate the water boy. Shalom to all you Akim, you Akwath, you brothers, and you few sisters that subscribe to this doctrine that was given through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Shai. To our beloved elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, and Akim that are, that are pushing this truth in sincerity to the best of their ability today. So we're ultimately just gonna, hit it. This is gonna be a quick, update on, really what's going on over there in Israel and, with Gaza. And now, you're starting to see other nations, ultimately, getting into the mix, So again, this is a quick update. And first before we get into it, I just want to, make it known that, hey, this World War III is not going to fully pop off, and those missiles are not going to be fully shot off until Jacob's trouble happens first, right? Scriptures say all things shall be done decently and in order, and the order is what, right? Jacob's trouble has to happen before World War III pops off, right? So let's go ahead and get into it.
This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Right, and that's going into what? The second woe is going into what? World War II, right? We had World War I, World War II, and now, right, we are in the beginning stages of World War III, which is that third woe, right, which is literally here, right? The third woe is here, man, right? We're in that time, right? Yeah. And now, again, which I'm just going to read the first three paragraphs, right? As you see right here, it says Israel, and this is on the Newsbreak app, right? It says Israel strikes Gaza, Syria, and West Bank as war against Hamas threatens to ignite other fronts, right? And through the spirit, right? The prophets have been ultimately warning you people, about this, this coming to pass. And according to prophecy, this has to get worse, man. Yeah. This has to get worse. So we'll read this a little bit. It says Gaza Strip. It says Israeli warplanes struck targets across Gaza, 2 airports in Syria, and a mosque in the occupied West Bank, allegedly used by militants as the 2-week-old war with Hamas threatened to spiral Sunday into a broader conflict. Now, this is exactly what's going to happen. It's going to spiral into a broader conflict. Can we grab Jeremiah 50 and verse 45? Because, again, this is prophecy, right? That everything is it's going to begin with these small hats, man, and decisions that they ultimately make, right? And that's going to draw other nations into the mix, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 45. It says, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans.
Right.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Right, and the least of the flock is going into these small hats, these Israelis, right? The 1948ers that are out there, man. They are the least of the flock. And we're seeing right now, which I have another article, I have another article. We're just going to get the, the name of it real quick, right? But it says right here, or the header of it, it says right here, Israeli officials threatens to wipe Iran, Lebanon off the face of the earth, right? And we understand that, these are so-called Muslim nations, man. And a lot of these so-called Muslim nations are allied with Russia, man. Right. Which we know is that main nation that's ultimately going to press that button, right, to destroy America, which we know is Babylon, right? And we also know that Israel is going to be destroyed as well, right? The difference between the two, America and Israel is going to be built back up. America's not. Yeah. But nonetheless, both lands are going to be cleansed, man. Was there more on that?
It says, surely he shall make their habitation desolate with him.
Right, desolate, man. Desolation. Right, this is what's ultimately coming down the pipe, right? Desolation for America, right, is literally around the corner, man. And I'm going to read the next 2 paragraphs, and then can you grab Jeremiah 50 and 9?
Yes, sir.
You just scroll to 9. It says, Israel has traded fire with Lebanon's Hezbollah militant group since before it's like you can actually grab Ezekiel 38 and we'll start at verse 4.
Sure.
It says, Israel has traded fire with Lebanon's Hezbollah militant group since the war began, and tensions are soaring in the occupied West Bank, where Israeli forces have battled militants in refugee camps and carried out 2 airstrikes in recent days. It says the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told troops in northern Israel that if Hezbollah launches a war, it will make the mistake of its life. We will cripple it with a force it cannot even imagine, and the consequences for it and the Lebanese state will be devastating. So again, these are the harsh words that they are using, right, against these against the Lebanese, as well as the Iranians, as well as the Syrians, and so on and so forth, man. Right, which is ultimately, again, it's going to lead to the drawing in of a major power in earth, which would be Russia, man.
Right.
Can we grab that Ezekiel Bible Shaw, unless you got a precept?
No, I got you.
You start at verse 4.
And this is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 4. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Right, and when you go into this chapters, it's ultimately going into, it's going into the land of Gog and Magog, right? Which we know at this time is, occupied by Edomites, right? Which the land of Magog and Gog is over there, right? In the land of, where Russia is held, right? That's the land of Gog and Magog. But we understand that the Edomites, right, are possessing that land right there, right now, man. Right? So who it's talking about is the modern day Russians, man. Right? This is what the Lord is ultimately doing to them. You just read that again, Baruch Shem.
God, Ezekiel 38 and 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
Right. So what the Lord is ultimately doing through the Spirit, man, is bringing them back to that, that aggressive, ready to fight type attitude, right? That former Soviet type attitude towards America, man. This is what we're seeing. Even the former President Medvedev of Russia, he even quoted Revelation 19. Right, I think it was like the 18th verse, right? He quoted, and he was speaking on America, how America's cities and sidewalks are going to melt, and so on and so forth. This is that attitude that we are seeing, and that same attitude is going to be, it's going to go from just an attitude to actual action, right? If these small hats, ultimately continue to bring, these other nations and threaten these other nations which are allied to Russia. Right, you gotta eventually these Russians are gonna get involved, man.
Yeah, come.
And you can read verse 5 and then drop down to 7.
Come. Verse 5, it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them.
Right, so this is going into who? It's going into these allies, that Russia has. Right, go ahead.
Khan, it says all of them with shield and helmet.
Right, and we know that the modern day Persians, right, are the Iranians, man. And we just seen the article where Israel is just saying that they want to, basically wipe Iran, right, which is those Persians, right, as well as the Lebanese off the face of the earth, man. So what do you think Russia's going to do? Right, of course, Russia is ultimately going to get involved. Why? Because he, as we're going to read, right, is going to be a guard unto these nations, man. You can grab that.
Khan.
Verse 7.
Okay, verse 7. It says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
Right, man. So he's gonna, Russia's gonna ultimately jump in the mix, man.
Oh boy, when that happens, it's gonna be a wrap, man.
That's right.
Because Israel talking about striking Iraq, man. There was an article I see on the end time headlines that said could it go to the point where they use nuclear weapons? You know what I'm saying? Really, Israel ain't in no place to make those kind of threats.
Right.
Because they know Russia, man, is a major power source backing up Iran. So. But like we just brought out, it's all prophecy happening, man. These small hats are pretty much, the Lord's using them to draw out this major war, this third woe.
That's right, man. It's only going to get worse. And we can go to that Jeremiah 50 and verse 9, Babu Kashah.
Come on.
Because again, it's prophesied that this whole situation is going to continue to get worse. Now, in previous moments we had seen, basically a snippet of this, right? Israel and Gaza, they had went at it, I want to say a couple years back. And what happened? Russia ultimately got into it, and, basically was speaking to the Israelis like, hey, if you continue this fire on Gaza, right, then we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of seeing, Russia kind of play the backfield right now, man. Which, hey, who knows, man? Russia could ultimately be getting all their weapons ready, which they have, right, when dealing with Ukraine and that whole situation that's going on over there, right? Russia has kind of played, the backfield on really this whole Israel and Gaza situation, man. But who knows, right? They could ultimately have everything already in place, just waiting for America to get involved.
Yeah.
Because then at that point, they're like, okay, now we got both of y'all. Now we can knock two birds out with one stone,
Right. Right.
And this is just speculation, but this very well could be taking place right now, man. But we can grab that Jeremiah 50, Baba Shah.
You said verse 9?
Yeah, you started verse 9.
God, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country."
Right, and that assembly of great nations, right, is ultimately going to, also entail, a lot of America's allies as well, too, man. Because what's going to happen, which we've seen it, going back, I want to say about a year or 2 years, right, when the whole, the beginning of, 2020, right, when the whole thing started to shut down, America shut down, right, and the supply chain and everything like that was being, majorly hindered, right, and then fast forwarding to this war with Ukraine, right, the European countries, right, the European nations, right, have been highly affected, and then America threw those sanctions on Russia, and Germany came out and said, hey, don't do that, man, right, which is part of those European countries, right, part of the EU, right, which America basically heads that, right, heads NATO and the EU, man, and so yeah, you did get a lot of those European nations getting pissed off at America for the decisions that it made, based on, the sanctions and stuff like that it, it put towards or put on Russia because of this whole, war that's happening with Russia and Ukraine. Right. So how much more, if America gets in it, how much more, are these European nations going to say, nah, F that, man. We're not doing, we dealt with it with the first war. We're not dealing with it with the second war.
Right.
You know what I mean? So a lot of these nations, right, that are allied with America are eventually going to turn on America, man.
Yeah.
If we can, hurry and grab that Revelations 17 and 16, Baba Shah, and then we'll go back to that, and then we'll close out.
17 and 16?
Yeah, Baba Shah.
Okay, yeah, verse 17 is hard too.
Yeah, we'll grab
this is Revelation 17 and 16. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
Right.
And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
Right. So ultimately, the whore is going to what? Babylon the Great, man, which is America. Right. You can type it in. Even the Elder Apostle did a video on it, as well as brothers did too, man. Right. You type in who is the virgin daughter of Babylon, and it will pull up America, man.
Right.
Right. The truth is already out there. America is Babylon.
Even Esau's AI is telling them, like, if this place is through, they're like, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ask the AI bot, what's the end of America? It'll say, according to the Bible, here, the right. It'll be pulling up the right precepts, too. You be like, dang, man.
Yeah, the AI be on point, man.
Yeah, artificial intelligence, man.
That's real.
His own creation condemns him.
That's right, man. But yeah, man, going back into it, right? Those, where it says the 10 horns are going into like the NATO, right, and the EU, really those that are allied with America, are ultimately going to turn on America, right, based on the decisions that America makes, right, and side with those who are now against America, man.
Right.
Because right now you don't hear too much from these European nations on the situation. You don't hear too much about them. You know what I mean? And who knows? They could be sitting back like, nah, this ain't right. You know what I mean? And just waiting to see what America does, right? And then and as soon as they make a decision, right, which we know America has been making, very bad decisions lately. As soon as they make a bad decision, right, that doesn't benefit the European countries or ultimately hinders them in any kind of way, who knows, man? That could be it for them. Right. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
But this is Obadiah. It's only one chapter, and it's verse 7. And I'll read it in NLT. What's up, man? My brother's doing today, so not too bad. How about you?
Brother?
Oh, man, blessed, man. Every day,
Yes, sir. Man, Jake gone.
Yeah, Jake.
Verse 7, Obadiah 1 and 7 NLT, it says, "All your allies will turn against you.
Wow.
They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you.
Right.
Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it."
Wow.
Prophecy speaking, man.
That's right.
These nations are done. These nations are done, man. Tired of this crooked ass dude breaking You know what I'm saying? Breaking his peace treaties, but you know what I'm saying? Breaking his word, his oath he make. You know what I'm saying? You know, wayward in deals. Man, these nations are tired of it, man. Well, so are we. You see, but the Lord is setting everything up beautifully, man. You know, they're setting the stage, and now we're about to see this. Hey, the climax to this movie that we're in. Hey, start to play out, man.
That's right,
We're
man.
building up to it.
Yeah, we can go back to that Jeremiah 50, Baba Shah.
Yes, sir. And verse 9 again.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 50 and verse 9, it says, "For lo, I will cause, or it's like I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country."
Which that north country is going into Russia,
Yep.
right? The main country that's going to be pressing that button against America, man, right? Which again, we also know that Israel has to be cleansed as well, right? So Israel will get hit, right, with some of these nuclear hellfire, man. But we understand that that main judgment is going to hit America,
Yep.
and the difference between the two is Israel will be built back up, man.
That's right, bro.
Go ahead.
It says, "And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain."
That's right, man. So this is what's ultimately coming to America, man. That destruction, right? So for those, that are able to, the Lord has ultimately allotted you to take heed to this word and watch and pray and, do what you need to do. Keep doing just that, man. Keep watching, keep praying, just stay in the spirit as much as possible, man. Because we're in the time where World War III is ultimately going to hit, and that's going to be it.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that at that point,
Yep.
You got one?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
one.
go ahead, brother.
It says Jeremiah 49 and verse 13. It says, "For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation,
Wow.
a reproach, a mocking stock,
Right.
a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste." So the Lord swore by himself, man. The Lord can't, Jake being aware, I put that on me, man.
Yeah, it's on me. That's
Yeah,
on me.
There's no one greater than the Heavenly Father.
He literally said
said, "On me."
Yeah, he said I cannot. He cannot swear by no one greater.
Right.
So he swore on himself,
His own name.
That's right, man.
You know what I'm saying? So always remember that too. The Lord promised that this place was going to be destroyed. That's why we're seeing these tensions build up. That's why we're seeing everything happen the way we are, man. That's why it's good to go into these articles and stay updated, because we're a lot closer than we think. Our salvation is nearer than we believe, but before that salvation has to come chaos here in America and all around the earth on at a level that we've never before seen, and that's about to happen, man. Right?
That's right.
About to happen. Next thing you know, them nukes getting shot up over here, just like the Lord promised, and just like the Lord has it written, man.
That's right. So unless you got something else,
That was it, bro.
that was it, man. So ultimately, again, stay watching, stay praying. Because soon, right? If World War III is this close, how much closer is Jacob's trouble, which is to happen before it?
And MOTB.
That's right, man. Where Esau about to force the RFID micro C-hip on the masses, man. Right, the whole world. Right, so continue to stay in the spirit, man, as much as possible. Continue to watch, continue to pray, right? Continue to be as brotherly as possible, man. Continue to serve Yahweh Shem Shai to the best of your ability every single day, man. Because you're only as good as the last thing that you did for Yahweh Shem Shai. So with that, Lord will, it was edifying, Lord will, straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Again, double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel and truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh Bahashem Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. Till next time we say, Shalom, Kwame Yasharala, and Abba Shalom.